The mandate of the court is to ensure the observance of law and the principles of equity in the interpretation and application of the provisions of the revised treaty and all other subsidiary legal instruments adopted by the community. Enforcement of the court's judgments has proven problematic. Out of 15 member countries, only Burkina Faso, Ghana, Guinea, Mali, Nigeria and Togo have appointed national authorities entrusted with the responsibility of enforcing judgments of the regional court. According to data from the court, only about 30% of the court's decisions have been enforced in its over 30 years history, in spite of the provisions of Article 24 of the court's protocol on the method of enforcement. For instance, the Nigerian government has refused to comply with a judgment of the court in a case filed by the Socioeconomic Rights and Accountability Project, SERAP, mandating the government to provide free and compulsory basic education to every Nigerian child. The judgment was delivered in 2010.
There are sanctions which may go to the extent of withdrawal or suspension of nominations of candidates or countries that are in breach. They may also affect suspension of grants and funds for some projects in particular countries who are in breach, and there's sundry of all of them like that. But they are seldom exercised.
Article 77 of the ECOWAS revised treaty empowers the authority of heads of state and government of ECOWAS to impose certain sanctions on any member state who fails to fulfill its obligations to the community, and this includes compliance to the judgments of the court. However, this power is yet to be exercised by the apex organ of ECOWAS.
What has happened is that most member states just have totally refused to introduce these enforcement protocols into their legislation. So it's a procedural matter. Member states are basically not adhering to the obligations that arise from the treaties that they have signed.
At 15th of September 2021, Liberia, they had 12 judgments, 3 enforcement. Mali, 33 judgments, 1 enforcement. Niger, 13 judgments, 2 enforcement. Nigeria, 66 judgments has been given. Only 12 have been enforced.
Most judgments from the ECOWAS Court of Justice center on human rights violations. The challenge of ensuring compliance to the judgments of the court rests on leaders of the sub-region who are expected to use their political power to sanction any nation that fails to obey the judgment of the court.